their management or supervisory staff. That's my visit with the business coach I referred to earlier, and I'll refer those to those that expressed the need. And Missouri Enterprise also offers that type of training, and they've also been in contact with them. My visits with various economic organizations and MS&T were to get acquainted with the appropriate people in their organizations and acquire an understanding as to how they might assist us when needed. I've been assured by all of them they're ready and willing when the time comes. Our regional contact with the Missouri Department of Economic Development, Mitch Radman, will be our featured speaker at the next Manufacturers Luncheon on January 24th. Missouri Enterprise will also briefly go over their services with the attendees. We plan to allow time for a roundtable discussion to determine common issues and how CDG might assist in facing them. My contact with Missouri Enterprise introduced me to 11 individuals I mentioned before. I drove to Lebanon and spent some time with them discussing how they have successfully teamed up with local businesses, benefactors, and regional partners to keep economic development in the forefront and revitalize their downtown area. In an effort to look for best practices, I have plans to visit other communities that Missouri Enterprise recommended that do have successful economic development efforts. Much of the time that I spent my first 102 days on the job have been information gathering, educating myself, and building relationships. I want to thank Laney for putting up with many requests and answering many questions for me. My focus for the coming year will be to continue learning and to take that knowledge and begin developing plans to address areas of concern, while continuing to look for success stories and ideas in other communities to assist in our economic development efforts. I'm always available to any of you to share thoughts and ideas how we might go about keeping continued economic development of Cuba the focus. I thank you for allowing me this time and for your continued support of Cuba's economic success.
Very good, sir.
Aside from that,
thank you for the report and the update. Sounds like you've been busy in your first few months on the job.
I have, and I've really enjoyed it. And like I mentioned, the manufacturers, it was especially encouraging to hear what they were doing as well as they were. Most all of their production levels are good. You get orders coming in, but the issue of workers is a common problem. So
still see it everywhere. Workforce is definitely an issue.
Yes.
Doug, are these leadership training, these companies that feel they need leadership training, and you mentioned a couple of them that offer that, is that a free service to them?
No, it depends. They could do, like we may be doing a lunch and learn type deal, like our manufacturers lunch might offer a lunch like that where they'll do a cram course for an hour. That is not truly a real training.
Right.
But it will give them a taste of what it might be like. There is a cost by both Missouri Enterprise and by Anita Brooks, was the lady that I talked to. You may know her. There is a cost for those services if they go into a true training time.
Very good. Anything else new and exciting on the horizon? Nothing swirling in the rumor mill or anything?
No new coffee shops?
No.
Very good. Anything for Doug? Thank you, sir.
Just keep up
I
the
do
good work.
have.
Just keep up the good work. Keep us informed.
Oh, I'm sorry. You do have some information on an incentive.
Right. Partly in my business, one of the things that did come up was I found out about an expansion of some additional equipment that was installed at American Precision Die Casting, and also a rather dramatic increase in the number of employees that went on out there. Thus, this application for utility maintenance on the whichever meter these particular machines were put on. I have copies of invoices, I have copies of the personnel list before the project was done and after to show the number of increase. They spent in equipment $567,808.60. That's in excess of $250 that is required by the guidelines, and also they increased the number of workers from 52 to 73, so 21 increase there, which is very good. They're doing well. That's one of them that's really exciting to see. how well they're doing and the continued expansion that they were involved in.
And this is prior to the expansion they're working on currently,
Yes.
correct?
So that's what brought up the question. I read the paper about them building new buildings, so I want to go, check and see what particulars were on that. I mean, he was on my schedule to visit anyway, but that was just brought up the issue of this previous expansion that they didn't actually make application for the utility abatement.
Very good. So you have that application for us as well as a recommendation for the approval of them to start their 12-month clock, basically the waiting period for the abatement program on that newest meter that goes with these additions.
They installed the last piece of equipment was actually installed, I think, in October 21, no, October 22, and so want to make sure that they get credit and the clock doesn't start to where they've already been on it for a while, and just want to make sure they get the proper benefit before the change.
So at our meeting, we had recommended this would start their year, and so that in a year, they will get their incentive based off of this last year's usage.
Yeah, they're up in full swing with that addition. Therefore, they know what their capacity is. Now would be a good time for them to start that clock, correct? They're not waiting on anything else to come online with that. Okay, yeah. That's really the main thing, so they can get the greatest benefit from it. So if council, if you would, we have a motion to accept the application for American Precision Die Casting to start their 12-month clock for the utility abatement program based upon the qualifying information. Motion by Wolf. Second by Mark. Yes, go ahead, sir.
I just gotta ask this.
Yeah.
How many years is this consent for? 35?
3, I think.
And how much are they gonna?
14%.
Is gonna be out for 3 years. You have the numbers?
What's that?
$5,000.
We don't know because it's going to be based upon the next 12 months usage.
So we have no, we didn't estimate nothing. Oh, so, all right.
I mean, we can look at what their utility bill was last month if you want to come find that out and figure, multiply that by 12 and average it perhaps. But once the clock starts,
How much break they're gonna get on the electric?
it'll be 14% pertaining to the electric,
Yes.
not natural gas,
No.
just electric. Over the next,
The water? Sure.
water and sewer, no natural, yeah, so over the next 12 months, they'll use an average. 14% for 3 years.
So
Do they use quite a bit of water?
Probably not.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
I think it's a good question. I'm looking at the overall procedures, and I'm probably going to be coming back next month or so to talk about that. And while I don't know that if a dollar limit should be set or not, but I think that is something that would be beneficial to know. I think going into it, at least an estimate of what kind of break they are getting. Now, granted, it's not going to be necessarily anything less, it's going to be based upon where that increase was. So it's not like the electric bill is going to be going down or anything, but just what what's based on the additional usage.
Lenny, do you know, did we find out from Andy whether that's a separate meter or they're coming off the old one?
It is not, it's coming off of an existing meter, and so we have to do like an average of what they use, what they're using now, so we can see what extra is going through there. And the policy states that that's how we fix it, or how we figure that.
Anything else, Kev?
I'm good.
Anybody else? We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Okay, we'll allow them to start their 12-month clock for that abatement, and I think that would be the 5th company on, is that correct? We do have to cap at 7 on at a time.
So this will actually be the 6th,
Okay,
because
6.
we have 4 currently on there. One will start in
March.
March of 24, and then once their time is up, then we'll start.
I think 2 are coming off like in April.
But then we have some falling back off.
Yes.
Well, we did cap it at no more than 7 on the program at a time, on the most recent changes we made. Very good. Anything else, sir?
Oh, yes, there is one more thing. I'd like to be able to get some bids for a new sign at the entrance to the industrial park, South Industrial Park. I don't know if you noticed or not, but that welcome to it looks horrible.
The one looks pretty bad out there.
Yeah, and then, of course, the other sign, the one that has all the names on it, it's out of date. The shrub is growing up above the bottom 2 or 3 layers of names on the bottom. I'm not sure structurally it may be okay, it needs to be updated, but then the other sign needs to be replaced. It's in pretty bad shape. Just get bids for it, see what might run.
Well, this does cost us anything to get bid, so we can entertain a motion to have somebody contact you. You can meet with them to go take a look at it and kind of get your thoughts, and then they can turn bids into City Hall, something like that. Does that work for you?
Sure.
I guess we can just run an ad in the paper that we want to solicit bids for cleanup and upgrading of the industrial park location sign. Put Doug's contact information. You have a number that you use strictly for your role. Have them reach out to you, and then have them have I guess we need sealed bids for that. We're not purchasing anything, but they are conducting work.
I don't think it would necessarily be sealed bids if we're talking about an hourly rate. Until we have an idea of what it is that needs to be done, I don't know how you do it. We'll do a sealed bid.
Okay.
Because you may not be buying the sign, you may be refurbishing the sign, I don't know.
Just upgrading is what it is.
Well, I mean, can we allow for Doug just to reach out to some folks
I think that would be more appropriate.
without having to go through an actual bid process at this point in time?
Then at least we'll have an idea of whether or not we're buying a specific thing or whether we're repairing something.
Okay.
Doug, does the shrub need to be removed? Is that your thoughts, or just trim?
No, I can just trim down.
But we can have our guys do
We
that.
got
of
one
course.
that does that.
I can turn it down. And that sign you're talking about, you can't repair it.
Yeah, that's what it's bad.
The Jim Barnett said something to me about looking at it, so I did, and told him it needs to be replaced. That's where it went. I don't know if he was gonna do something, or he asked me to look at it, and I did. I told him it needs to be replaced.
Well, Jerry, if you don't mind cleaning up some of the shrubage around there, Doug, you can try to reach out to some folks who might be interested and take a look at it and let us know what it might cost to replace it, then you can report that back to us.
Sure.
We can take it from there.
Good.
Awesome. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I see you come in. You have something for citizens participation?
Yeah, I have a problem with the parking lot where I work.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be other men come over to talk about it, but I am a Village Unique Salon, and you know what is the Green Street?
Yeah,
So-
you're right over here by the post office, correct?
Yeah, so the ice company, we have a problem because they come with a big, huge 18 wheels. And it's really, really hard because the street is really narrow. Anyway, so it's been a lot of issues with them because the guy that he has a retail place, and it's what I call Amazon returns or whatever. So anyways, the other day he was there and talking about him about the ice company wants to know any car parking in there, so in the street. And I don't think this is possible because I have a lot of clients and I have a lot of elderly people. And also the 66 by the post office, I mean, always is busy that street. And I think it's an issue. I come and ask you guys, probably you guys can make like a 2 hours parking lot, even in both ways. Because, I mean, it's a business there. The corner have a business that is really, really busy like on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So I don't know why you guys help me with that. Supposed to be the guy in the corner of the Amazon downtown tonight, but he didn't, so.
Okay.
But I really have an issue with the parking lot. And also, I think for the ice company, they're not there all the time, and I think it's out of the place be there because the 18 wheels, I don't know what you guys thinking about that. small street.
Mhm.
I mean, it's something you guys considered to figure it out something. I mean, I don't want to live or nothing like that, but we need the access to parking for the people coming at the center. This is a business.
Absolutely. Doug, are you aware of any of this, or have you looked at it?
Yes.
Any thoughts?
So I got lost on what you were asking for.
I asked him more to have in 2 hours parking lot, like any car, because the ice companies, people work for them and they have only one truck, but they have 2 cars. Okay, this is the salon, and it's my entrance, and it's Robert Johnson Street. But they park in right there, but whatever is the post, and sometimes it's the issue because I have a big truck and to get in and get out. But they park in right there because the guy from the ice company, they say they have to park in right there, not a little down. So I have probably parking for 2, 3 cars in my side. And they park in right there every day from probably 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning to sometimes 9, 5, 10 o'clock. It's just like a whole day, they park in right there. And I think that'd be easy for everybody, like I have only parking lot for 2 hours, both ways, like both sides of the street.
Do we have anything like that on Smith Street currently along some of those shops during the week, 2-hour limited parking?
On one side of Smith Street there is.
Okay.
There's limited hourly parking. So what I talked to them, I've been talking, I'll just bring it up, I wasn't bringing it up tonight, was the parking over there at Tilky Ice and where they were parking. And I had them pull the ordinance on what parking we have there, and I'm just talking about the east side of the road, not on the side you're on.
Well,
So what, and basically the only thing that Tilky has a problem with is some of the clients that come down and they park right on the corner of his, it's hard to explain without being on paper, but the east side of the road, farthest north, down by Spencer Street.
Mm-hmm.
And they would park right next to, a vehicle would park right next to his driveway. Well, when a big truck would come down and try to back into the docks, the truck would be in the way. I don't have anything that says no parking right there. I have a no parking in the corner, and it's right there. The only thing I was gonna try to do was just put from Spencer Street, no parking on the east side, up to just past the last entrance to Deputy Ice. And then from that point, they would still be able to park up to the stop sign.
well, that's cool. What I mean is that you guys put a parking for 2 hours, we don't have that issue because the ice company, they don't want nobody parking on their side, but they park it in my side.
Well, the ice company doesn't have people really parking there very much. They do probably have some workers there.
2
I'm not
hours all the time. I tell you because I see them every day. I mean, they don't work in the winter time every day, but they park in that side. No, in this side. I don't know who has the building in the corner, like down the street. I don't know who owns the business. It's a big building, old building. But I don't know, so they can put the 2 cars in there like a kind of deeper, but they was parking like next to my driveway. And then my side of the street.
Well, we need to resolve the issue with the trucks. We want to get in that by installing a no parking on that northeast side.
Right, I'm working on that. I wasn't ready to present that to this one on the council meeting here in December. But it is something.
But that doesn't solve the issue Mr. Barrow has.
No, it's completely different. She's asking because of the business of Amazon, and now there's another new business apparently coming in behind in the same building as Amazon. I don't know what business that is.
Right.
That there's just a lot of people parking all
Well,
over the
it's
place.
his wife, the guy, he come with the accounting company. That is the issue, they have people parking all day. So you guys parking for 2 hours, I figured out that people has more chance to come back and move. Because even for some people, they come to look in the store, they park in there for a half hour in my side. So also I have a lot of older people and they can even walk or they don't have to park in far away. So that'd be nice if you guys could like handicap at least one, just for the older people, maybe in the top of the 66, because it's the issue. I've been there for 6 years. And since this guy moved and the ice company, they fighting for the parking lot because they came out with the big trucks. And also they've been in and out of cars there because it's parking on both sides of it, so I think that'd be nice that you guys could like two hours parking. And I think people don't be thinking like they leave the car every day, so that kind of all the cars like will smooth out, you know? I don't know, it's my idea, so that would go easy for everybody.
Will you look at, to see if those are some options that we can consider as a council? When you're looking into your no parking for the trucks, entrance and exit, will you look and see if there's any solution for any limited parking like we have on this street? And then if you find that there's some areas that would work for, please bring that to us, we'd be happy to do it. If Chief thinks that's something we can do.
I think it's a better option, like two parking, 2 hours parking. I mean, I've been thinking and I've been thinking about it, but the guy's supposed to be coming today, but
Okay.
I just want to come because I wanted to solve the problem because I'm the one I'm there and I see all the stuff. And, I mean, because and a lot of guys, I mean, like the truck drivers, they want to make the turn like this way and it's impossible. And sometimes we try to tell them, go to the other side and come on the floor. Like they can go all over to the real track street and come in like straight. And they're looking for people, crazy like people who's driving the cars, and sometimes not even the customers are. It's somebody else.
But somebody's parked there all day.
Yeah, and sometimes I had the issue before I moved there because the people from the post office, I used to park in all day because I remember that street wasn't that busy, but lately it's been so busy. I mean, since I moved there, it's been going around the parking lot, the cars. It's crazy. You're thinking like that street is not going to be busy, but it is.
Right. Well, we're going to have our police chief find a solution for us and bring it to the council. And the way things work like that, just since you're here, like for any type of 2-hour parking or handicap parking, that would be something that we vote on. And then our attorney creates an ordinance. And then he brings that ordinance back to us to do readings on to officially approve. So there is a little bit of a timeline there, but we'll have Doug research it and bring us the best option. And if there's something we can put in motion, we'll have to do it.
Well, I'll come back for the next meeting and
See where we're at.
And maybe the guy he decides to come and
Sure.
everybody has problems. I have to bring you guys. So.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
Okay, it's only the thing I need.
Thank you, ma'am.
I want to fix the problems.
All good.
Because I want to be good with everybody. I don't want to be angry.
No worries.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much. I gotta
You
go.
bet.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right.
I'll
You're ready for it. Okay. Next item of bid, ladies and gentlemen, is we do have a line item on here for the natural gas pay scale discussion. So I think some of you are up to speed on this, or maybe have heard, some of the conversations that have been taking place about this. David's here this evening, and he had brought to our attention that he was unsure if, as a natural gas laborer too, that he was in the correct scale on the pay scale. Sounds like he's currently being listed as an 18, which is a laborer 1, correct? What I have in front of me is a fiscal year 2023 salary schedule, which would have been July 1 of 2022 through the end of that year. And it does list a 20 as a natural gas laborer too. Now, going back through our conversations that we can remember off the top of our head and going through minutes, we do have Jennifer working on this as well. However, she is unfortunately out sick. We're trying to pinpoint and narrow down exactly when this may or may not have happened. Council that was here at the time, please jump in if you remember anything. I think what happened, and I very well could be wrong, is prior to fiscal year 2023, there was no laborer there wasn't an 18 and a 20 for natural gas laborer 1, 18, 20 laborer 2. It was a 14 and 12. So if you remember back, we had a lot of conversation during that time the natural gas department and the electric department, they all got some significant raises due to the type of work they conduct. And then we were going to be moving a gentleman over to the electric department as a laborer, which is entry level. I think what we determined at that point in time was if this gentleman is moving over to the electric laborer position without any previous electric work, he was actually working for another department in the city, we needed to discertain him as an entry-level laborer, and then guys that were entry-level laborers on, say, natural gas or electric, and split those up. So a natural gas laborer 2 position was moved up to a 20, and then in addition to, we included electric apprentice linemen at a 20. So the 18 classification is for an electric laborer and a natural gas laborer. General entry-level jobs. The 20 would be for a natural gas laborer 2 and or an electric apprentice lineman, which is obviously different from a laborer. If my memory serves me correctly, I think that's where this all came from, is that David Minardi here and Matt Digg would have been at a laborer 2 position, which based upon this sheet is actually a 20 and not an 18. Further research can be conducted. Minutes can be researched. I know Laney has already done a lot of that legwork already for us. And the thing is with some of those records from a while ago is it may not state exactly each and every detail specifically, but it does show information in the minutes that changes were made to accommodate for experience and or different tiers of labor positions. I don't have the exact words in front of me, but something along those lines. So I don't know where you want to go with it right now. I don't know if we want to continue to research the minutes further to see if we can come up with something. I don't know, Kevin, if you can remember these conversations as we sit here right now. All I go by off of is what I'm seeing here in front of me and the fact that I'm pretty sure we created that separation whenever we had Mr. Baus move from grounds to electric as an electric laborer. And then we decided that the natural gas laborer ones would be now laborer 2s. David, I know you had a little bit more accurate information than I can remember on that. But
when the job study was created and done, there was a clear separation between a Tech 1 and a Tech 2, or laborer 1 and laborer 2. That was the 12 and 14. Well, then when you guys bumped us up 2 years ago, year and a half, however that time frame was, it just smashed us at 18 together. And they didn't maintain that separation between 1 and 2. The sheet says it did, but our pay scale was still at an 18 entry level. Like, I'm untrained and don't know what I'm doing, haven't ever done anything. But I've been there for 7 years at that point, 8 now, at my current position, being trained, know what's going on call, handling emergencies and everything. So there's a clear distinction between a laborer 1 and a laborer 2. And right now, we're being paid like a laborer 1. And I just like to be brought up to laborer 2 where we should be, where we should have been when the change happened.
Well, actually, they are a laborer 2 and have been a laborer 2 since 2015. Is that correct? And always been paid as a laborer 2, but somehow in this hoopla that went on,
We got mashed back down.
you're still a laborer 2.
Right.
yeah, you're at 18 instead of
But we're
20.
paying you off the wrong line.
Yes. It's hard to remember the exact conversations that took place a year and a half ago.
So my recommendation would be that as soon as Jennifer returns and can adjust whatever that she needs to do so that the checks are going to be printed correctly from this point on, that those 2 employees' pay reflect the fact that they are on line 20 and not on line 18. And anything that they may, prior to that, we still need to do some research on, because we don't know when this started, how this started, why this started. But clearly they are not being paid on the right line right now. So I would suggest that as soon as Jennifer can get that data correct in the computer, that the paycheck reflect the correct decline.
I would agree with that, based upon, again, the fiscal year 2023, day one. We would go back to that point. We already know that within their current years, they would be at X amount. And then we can go back and figure out if there's any back pay issues. Kevin, did you have anything that you wanted to add to that? Do you remember whenever we made some of these changes in the past?
I'm very glad what she said, you know, look into that, see.
Yeah, because we owe them, we need to break
But
it
you're
up.
okay starting now, moving forward, pay them what they're supposed to be getting, right?
Well, we need that.
Was that a motion? And bring them up to the level 20s to.
That was gonna be my question.
I'm getting there, I just wanna make sure we patch this out first.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, I think the motion would be that Debbie's presenting is go ahead and move the 2 natural gas labor 2 employees into the correct tier of 20. Pay based upon their years of service that would be applicable. And that's all we're looking to do right now. Get that set straight, and then we'll converse on the other half of it.
And just for clarity, this is not a raise of any kind or
Right.
increasing, it's a correction.
It's a correction,
It's a
yes.
correction.
So it's up for you, Dave,
That's-
to bring it back up to 20. And
It's where we should be now, I mean, we can talk about whatever else.
Yeah, because we would.
Once we get the official numbers, then we can talk about it. But at least right now, let's.
Bring it up, okay.
So that would be my motion, got that, Wayne?
I got it.
So we have a motion by Martin, we got a second by Honey. Any further questions about that right now? I don't know if that made sense to everybody or not, but it's a simple, it's not even a reclassification, it's getting them in the correct class.
Right.
It's plain and simple. And through some of our research today and this sheet, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But all in favor say aye to go ahead and make that change.
Aye.
Opposed? So we'll get that part taken care of, Dave, for you and Matt, and then we'll figure out the rest of it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet, man. All right. Police chief, back at you.
Alright. Just a reminder that the Ministerial Alliance is going to be having their Christmas basket drive. I just found out about since after the last council meeting. I don't know if they let the council know, but I told them I'd go ahead and let them know that it's between 5:30 and 7:30 on Smith Street, from Spencer Street to, he said Church Street, but I think he means School Street. Down toward the cafe, they do a basket drive. It's only for a couple hours on the December 14th. So I know usually we have a vote, have it close it down. They've already scheduled and had it done. So I told them I'd let you guys know about it.
If you see no issue with it, I see no issue with it.
I don't see an issue with that time.
Fair enough.
So, the other thing that, since we had our new hire and stuff like that, he's off FTO, I went ahead and made a motion for Kevin Ziegler to be our new sergeant for the police department. For squad B, I believe.
Okay, so you have a promotion
Promoting Kevin Ziegler, yes.
from,
He's also our K9 officer.
okay. Does this come with an increase in pay?
I think there might be a step pay after the first year or something.
Okay. Again, conversation with Jennifer, have you spoke to her about it?
Huh?
Have you had a chance to speak with Jennifer about it yet?
No, because I haven't told him he's getting a pay raise yet, so I have not discussed the pay raise with that at all.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah, I just thought, did you budget for an increase for any of your officers?
Works will be pay increase.
Okay, that's my only thing is if we budgeted for it or not, and then if we didn't, then Jennifer's gotta be able to
Well,
tweak the salary schedule.
the budget's there for the sergeant because we lost the sergeant.
Okay.
And
Understood.
he's replacing the sergeant we lost.
Okay. So you need an official motion for us to accept your promotion for Officer Ziegler to sergeant?
I think that would be wise.
If you so
It makes it easy to track in the minutes.
Okay. We hear a motion for that, council? Motion by Honey, second by Holt to allow the promotion of Officer Ziegler to sergeant, correct, sir?
Yes.
Very good. All in favor say aye. Opposed?
And the last thing I have is we've interviewed 6 or 7 people for our animal care attendant over at the pound to replace Becca. And I have a recommendation for Ally Maven. She's Ally, her previous name.
Her previous name was Ally Crankham. She worked for us for
She
2
worked
years.
for us for a few years prior to leaving to get married and move to another state. So she's back, and in the time she's gone, she's been certified in animal control and vet tech and numerous of other things. And she's wished to just do part-time work. So with her knowledge of work at the pound and things already, we have a recommendation.
Motion to hire Ms. Crankham for the animal control care assistant. Motion by Honey, second by Martin. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed?
Maybe.
Correct.
I know, I'm having a hard time with
Ms.
her.
Maven. Formerly Crankham.
Here you go.
Anything else?
No, I don't have anything from Cameron this evening, business, so.
Very good. Anything for Doug? Appreciate you. Last but not least. There we go. Everybody gets stretched out. 4 bills. Okay. Motion for the first reading, Bill 2120. Motion by Holt, second by Honey. All in favor say aye. Opposed? First reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a pole license agreement with Blue Bit Networks to replace equipment.
For the first reading, is there a motion to accept? Motion by Holt, second by Honey. Poll the council, please.
Holt.
Yes.
Honey. Martin.
Yes.
Copeland.
Okay, motion moves the vote 4-0. Is there a motion for the second reading of Bill 2120? Motion by Honey, second by Martin. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a global license agreement with Blue Bit Networks to replace equipment.
For the second reading, is there a motion to accept?
Motion.
Motion by Holt, second by Honey. Poll the council, please.
Copeland.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Okay, second reading moves. Bill number 2120 is now special ordinance 899. Is there a motion for the first reading of Bill 2121? Motion by Holt, second by Honey. All in favor say aye. Opposed? First reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a contract for tree trimming services on Park Street.
For the first reading, is there a motion to accept?
Motion.
Motion by Honey, second by Martin. Poll the council, please.
Holt.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes.
Martin. Yes. Copeland.
First reading moves with a vote 4-0. Is there a motion for the second reading in 2121?
Motion.
Motion by Holt,
Second.
second by Martin. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a contract for tree trimming services on Park Street.
For the second reading, is there a motion to accept?
Motion.
Motion by Holt, second by Honey. Poll the council, please.
Copeland.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Second reading moves. Bill number 2121 is now special ordinance 900. Is there a motion for the first reading, Bill 2122?
Motion.
Motion by Honey, second by Holt. All in favor say aye. Opposed? First reading, please.
All right, 2122.
Oh, we're running good here.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a contract for tree trimming services on Albert Street.
For the first reading, is there a motion to accept?
Motion.
Motion by Honey. Second by Holt. Poll the council, please.
Holt.
Yes.
Honey.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Copeland.
Holt, yes. Motion moves 4-0. Is there a motion for the second reading, Bill number 2122?
Motion.
Motion by Honey, second by Martin. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a contract for tree trimming services on Albert Street.
For the second reading, is there a motion to accept? Motion by Holt,
Second.
second by Honey. Poll the council, please.
Copeland.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Honey. Holt.
Yes.
Second reading moves with a vote 4-0. That is now, bill number 2122 is now special ordinance 901. Is there a motion for the first reading, bill number 2123?
Motion.
Motion by Holt,
Second.
second by Honey. All in favor say aye. Opposed? First reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a contract for tree trimming services on Bond Street.
For first reading, motion to accept.
Motion.
Motion by Martin.
Second.
Second by Tony. Hold the council, please.
Holt,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Kobe.
Yes.
First reading moves. Is there a motion for the second reading, bill number 2123?
Motion.
Motion by Tony.
Second.
Second by Holt. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a contract for tree trimming services on Bond Street.
For the second reading, is there a motion to accept? Motion by Holt.
Second.
Second by me. Hold the council, please.
Kobe.
Yes.
Martin,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Second reading moves. Bill number 2123 is now special ordinance 902. Mr. Copeland, old and finished new business.
Hey, Cody. I want to thank the citizens of the city of Cuba for supporting me for all these years. I'm glad Ward 1, 2, and 3 have supported me. I will not be running for Ward 3 Alderman coming up. I'll Ward 3 pick a candidate and go with this. I feel that Ward 3, 1, and 2 needs to know, so they can come in and have a candidate ready to go. That's all I have to say, Cody.
Okay. Ms. Martin.
The airport fuel tanks are filled and usable. They're going to be building a canopy over the top of that. There is something, and Lance, you'll probably know what to do with this. The rent on the hangars at the airport has not been raised in 15 to 20 years that we know of. We're not sure. But Travis has recommended that the hangars at the north end of the airport, which are apparently very old and in pretty poor shape, are currently being rented for $75 a month. He would like to see that increased to $100. The middle section is renting for $125. I'd like to see that go to $150. And then the large hangar on the south is $225 a month. And so I don't know if he has authority to do that, if we need to approve that, how that works.
I think the board of aldermen need to approve an amount if it's going to be for each of the three sections, do it that way. But I think it can be done by motion. Laney and I actually talked about this just before the meeting, and I reviewed the ordinance that we have. There's nothing that says what the rent is in ordinance form, so I think it can be approved by motion.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to follow the airport manager's recommendation in the raising of the hangar rents.
What was the last month's?
First, the large.
225.
So what were those tiers again? I'm sorry.
They'll go to 100, 150, and 225, and that's based on the location of the nicety, I guess.
Right.
The particular hangars. Apparently, the north hangar is referred to as the ghetto hangar. So I guess that's not good.
Are there people that are on leases for those?
They pay by the month.
So leases are month-to-month leases.
Okay. So
And,
it would just be effective on the next month.
He said perhaps if we could make that effective February 1st would be good. That will give them next month to kind of get it together. Apparently this is still pretty much below the area rates, but it will generate a little extra income at the airport, and there will be no issue in getting people to rent them. Nobody's probably going to leave because of that extra $25.
Motion by Martin for the adjusted rental fees effective February 1. Second by Tony. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Very good.
That's all.
Mr. Tony.
The only thing I got is the electric department's really been working their
Tails off.
yeah, their tails off over there at the park. And they've got everything buried on the cattle barn side, and they're going overhead, out around the track. But they're doing a heck of a job out there.
Agreed.
We'll be getting rid of a lot of old crooked light poles.
We're gonna light that place up. Anything else? Curtis?
All I got like to say is a Merry Christmas to everybody, have a safe holiday, spend all the time you can with your family.
Heard that. Laney, I know you had one for us.
It's just an update from Surf Pro, who did the asbestos and lead paint testing over at the old EOC building. He said attached are the results of the testing done, and that shows that there is no hazard in the building with the levels that were found. They said that they were all below the EPA levels, so all is good with our buildings.
Very good.
Good deal.
So we
Yes, sir.
We do need to make sure that we get all new leases with each tenant.
Okay.
But they have work agenda, or
So I need to have them redo.
By the way, we have those, they're set up as month-to-month leases, and they follow up, but each one would need a new lease then for the amount.
can I read it when I'm saying I'm done? Because that brings mind, isn't there something that we need to be thinking about moving toward looking into all of our leases or contracts or whatever?
For contract employees, yes.
Employees and businesses like the sanitation, the cleaning, all those things. Make sure those contracts are updated and not
Yes.
just
That,
out there.
that is definitely something that needs to
It's
happen.
on the agenda.
But this renting the space is its own thing, right?
That's completely separate.
Update the language to include the new fees.
We have one right now with our current rates, so you're saying he needs to get new ones with the new.
Going back to what Laney just shared, are we gonna tell Ken it's okay to move in there?
I told her the building's okay, I didn't tell
The building's okay. I can't exactly remember where we left the conversation because things got a little,
Well, she was gonna take
Turn
that
around.
little part up front, and all of a sudden, the whole building's empty,
right.
yeah, so. DAD, I think, wanted a little corner in there,
And is Rodney still using any space in there?
He's got his computers in there, but I don't think he goes in there for about every 6 months unless he's bringing signs.
Yeah, I know we made motions to allow tourism to use it. Wherever that was left off, if that's still an open thing, I'm all for
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, because people wander around out here all the time looking for something, the visitor center.
it. Yeah.
And you see them lost up and down the street taking pictures of murals, but they can't pick anything up.
Right. Yeah, we agreed to allow use of space, so I'd say with these findings, we're good to go. Cool. Motion to adjourn? Motion by Holt, second by Honey, all in favor say aye. Opposed?